Hi, I'm Megan. I'm co-founder and creative director at Red Run. We are here today with flannels doing BTS with Red Run. So I think when we first founded Red Run, definitely bold colours was, straight away our identity. And I think that's what kind of set us aside within the market. Me personally, being from the fashion world and active world as well, I'm very sporty, I always have been. I was always a, lover of active clothing. And I think I struggled a lot with gauging good quality, but with something that had kind of that full provision look. And I kind of guess that's where Red Run was born. And our bold identity is, it's always been something that, you don't have to look at the logo. People just know it's Red Run, and it's the way that we put things together. We don't buy things off a peg or put a logo on it. Every pattern, every design, every product that we have the pattern cutting is done in-house. So everything is ours. So I think quality and the visual aesthetic of the brand has always been, key for us, and it's helped us drive the success and gain that visual and strong path. I lived in London for 7 years. I was in the fashion industry. The last job I was in was Vivienne Westwood. Amazing company to work for. I loved it, and I predominantly looked after the menswear wholesale. And lockdown happened. I moved back to Liverpool while we were on furlough. And I think for me, I always wanted to start my own brand. I am from design, and that's why I actually studied at university. But I just knew I didn't have the industry knowledge to be able to make something, successful. So for me, going out into the industry, it was imperative that I did it. And I think during lockdown, I just had a lot of time to kind of think and visualise the brand that I would want to be a part of and launch. So crazy time to start a brand, but I think it kind of gave people some joy as well, because it was so colourful, and I think it didn't stop people wanting to look good even though they're at home or they're on Teams and things like that. People still want to look presentable and nice, so clothing always makes people feel good. When I was at Westwood, I was juggling Red Run as well, and I didn't anticipate Red Run really taking off as quick as it did. I thought it was going to be an organic, slow burner. So it was tough time. I was obviously drawn between London and Liverpool again, and in the end, it just got a bit much. I loved Vivienne Westwood. It was like my favourite job to date, and I know that I was kind of doing them an injustice by not giving that my full attention, and they were super supportive as well. So it was a challenge, but a good one. Yes, the name Red Run, we wanted it to relate to the woman who we wanted to dress, and the colour red is just so prominent, it represents fierce. It's such an independent colour, it's bold, so we thought that was a really good starter to the brand name. And obviously Run, there's no story behind that, it was just because we were at that time predominantly an activewear brand. So our first hire in the business was design. I think obviously so early on within our company, we opened a store, which was kind of like so random, but that's the beauty about owning your own business. You can be agile. But we opened a small store, which really took off. And actually, I think it was super important for that store to have been opened, especially in Liverpool and the city centre. So I think for me, having that store, what we were doing from a design perspective and ensuring that our fabrics are the best fabrics, and our woman trying it on as well, because I think digitally seeing it online is so different to how you actually perceive it in store and feel the fabrics and actually try it on and see how the fits are. I think we had to kind of pull our socks up, and I needed support on the design side, so that was our first hire. My industry experience was super important for building Red Run. I think for me, if I would have done this pre-experience, it wouldn't be what it is today. I obviously went into design, but then went into wholesale, which gave me such a broad visual on commerciality and what stores actually need and what sells on the shop floor, which is super important, which, a young, naive designer coming from university, you just don't have that knowledge. Going into wholesale, it was a bit of a transition from design because I am a creative person, but I've always been a people person as well, so it was kind of an easy shift for me. And it's just the connections as well, and actually understanding wholesale as a business. And you know, we've implemented that now into our business, and that's, you know, hopefully growing with flannels, and you know, it's the journey that we're on. And yeah, I think it's been super important for us. The reason why I went down the activewear route is because I was a very active person, always have been. For me, activewear is a product that I always looked at, and I think it's that crossover to streetwear as well, which I love streetwear. That's, you know, where I always, where my heart lied really. Streetwear was always an inspiration for me. And I had a stint and lived in New York for 14 months, and we did a Reebok collaboration. So I was in charge of doing the wholesale distribution. So I spent a lot of time in Reebok headquarters in Boston. And I remember going into their archive of product and just being like, wow, like it was like retro from the 80s, colourful, bold. And I think kind of that's probably where Red Run was kind of envisioned for me. And it was, you know, that fine line of streetwear and activewear. And I think when I come back home and, you know, I'd look at these brands who I would consider competitors now, and yeah, you can get really nice quality product, but I'm still not getting that kind of street vibe as well. So it was wanting to combine them all together. And I think what we did with Red Run as well is we didn't want her to think too much. Our customer, you know, we wanted to kind of make it easy for her, and I think that's when I decided to design in a way that all the collection was interchangeable. The design process, it can start anywhere to being, you know, there's been times when I've walked into a room and I've seen furniture, interior that I love, and I'm looking at the fabrics and I'm looking at the colours, and I'm like, okay, that could work actually within a collection. Obviously colour is key to our brand, so I think any inspiration, it's quite broad of where we look, but I just think it's starting to look at, you know, research and current market. So yeah, it starts off really basic, looking at colours, fabrics, creating mood boards, and then looking at also past product or best sellers, so looking at the sales and KPIs as well, and looking at product, what we need to keep in, and then also opening our, you know, our minds to certain trend-driven product as well, which needs to be included within collections. So yeah, it's a long process. Being designed in-house it's super important. I think it stays true to myself and to who our brand is. I think, you know, I've always wanted to create a product that stood out from people within the market. You know, we make our lives harder because everything is created in-house. It's not easy at times, but it's our product and it's true to us. So for us, it's definitely important. 80s, 90s retro is something that, I don't know what it is that I've always been attracted to it. Maybe it was the music I listened to from a young age, you know, that whole streetwear. It was just something that I've always admired. And I think definitely when I was working with Reebok and seeing their archive, it kind of brought all that to light again for me. And that's why I've always incorporated it into who we are. I think, you know, we did start off very bright and bold. We are slightly changing as we evolve and mature as a brand. We are going to be toning our collections down, but we're still going to be sticking to who we are and our identity as we move forward. We're kind of just evolving and maturing with the consumer. So as a creative director, it's quite difficult. From an outside perspective, people think probably we're a lot bigger internally, and we're not. So it can be super challenging. You know, I'm designing with the team, we're planning ranges. It's, you know, I'm heavily involved with production as well. We have a production manager who's amazing, but we are so involved with each other. And I think from my industry experience, I think, you know, this whole title of creative director, yes, I do have an input on, you know, the vision of the brand and where we want to go, but something that I've always wanted to implement within a company is everybody's got a voice in this office. Everybody has an opinion, and I take it on board as well, because other people see different things, different trends. Yeah, it's super important to have that input from the team as well. But no, I definitely get pulled pillar to post, and days it's super challenging, but we're all supportive of each other and we get there in the end. balancing all the elements, I think it's just trying to combine as much product as possible. Sometimes you can get into a rut where you're basically producing the same product. I think we've done that at some stage, and I really want to change that up now. I think with starting with Red Run, because we were so bold, it was trying to get that customer on board to trust us. So once our girls started to trust us, we were then, able to then develop the collections further. And I think you look from all different sources. Because if you look at the industry now, what is the define between streetwear and activewear? It's so, even tailoring, it's so combined now. I feel like never more than now, people are being more fluid with how they dress, which I love. And for me, it's exciting, the era that we're in with Red Run, because we can start to introduce these new products and be a little bit more daring now that we've got a really loyal customer base. She's listening to us. So now it's super exciting. Our Red Run customer, going back to the name, she's fierce. She's not afraid to be the loudest in the room. And I think that's the girl who we dress and will forever dress. I think as we broaden our consumer base, as we go into our more active ranges, which are our more kind of quiet luxury ranges, which we're introducing, which will be also dropping in flannels as well. So that's super exciting for us, because that'll be our kind of first introduction. So I believe that we will also adopt another consumer. Liverpool for Red Run has been honestly the centre of this brand's growth. We are a city full of heart, and we're a city that sticks together. We wouldn't be where we were if I would have opened this in a different city. It needed to be in Liverpool because I knew that Liverpool would get behind this business, and they did, and that's why we were so successful so early, because people are just loyal and they want each other to do well. And yeah, it will always be important. The energy in Liverpool shows up in our clothing. It's the way that we shoot things. We always incorporate the city in the background. Again, it's just being that boldness. And being from Liverpool, that's what we are. We're bold kind of people. We're kind of a little, place on our own, and we are individual. And I think that's the brand that we have created. And that's a brand that we'll keep on creating, and Liverpool will definitely always be at the heart of it. So our Red Run community, I love it, and sometimes I laugh because we've said this from day one. We always wanted our consumer to feel like they're a part of this business. I get emails now saying that their daughters, would like a certain legging because they've had their belly button pierced. And I get these emails, but I'm laughing because I'm like, no, they feel a part of it, which I love. A year on, I've actually listened, and we're introducing that in the active range, but people feel a part of it. We've built a kind of a cult family that follows Red Run and loves it. And I think we adopted them really early on because of the fabrics that we were using and, the sustainability of the leggings and how long they last. And our customers being super loyal and have stayed with us. We've got the same customers that we had back in 2020 that we've got now. They're fiercely loyal. For me, I love that because it's just an interaction of the business that we want. We want people to feel, embodied in this business. The business has changed as we've been growing. I think we've had to mature ourselves internally and introduce some critical paths. Because we've got so much going on, we've had to kind of not wing it anymore. We've had to get serious, which is really nice to be put into the business because we know the journey that we're on, and growth is at the heart of this next 12 to 18 months. We've definitely spread across the UK, but we want to take over the UK, and we need to get smart here to be able to do that. Sticking to who we are as we grow, it's definitely challenging because obviously when you look at different parts of geographical areas within the country, fashion differentiates throughout. So I think from a design perspective, we have to look at the cities. We have to analyse the trends per city, and then we can implement that then into the range plans to then be able to develop it and kind of suit everyone and develop it from there. So yeah, it's definitely challenging, but it's actually really nice to bring different products into the range and kind of introduce it. And it's funny how different areas pick up certain products as well. Yeah, most exciting about where Red Run is heading is just the fact that we're evolving as a business. I think visually we're maturing with the customer. Initially we were very much known for our bright colours. We'll always still be bold in the choice of fabrics that we use, always ensuring that we're choosing the best fabrications, introducing new exciting silhouettes. But we're kind of maturing with our customer and taking it down a more quiet luxury avenue, and also the new active range that we're introducing is really exciting as well, because that's going to open a new pool of consumers. It's taking us down another avenue, so definitely there's a lot of excitement coming up with Red Run, and I feel from a design perspective it's a really exciting time for myself and design team, because we're allowed to, you know, be a lot more diverse with what we introduce and test within the market. Red Run in the next 5 years, definitely completely taking over the UK and then spreading internationally, the US in particular. I think it would do really well in the US. And a huge team. Yeah. Do you know, when I look back at Red Run, and I think I always say this to the team, and I say it to my business partners as well, like, it's because we're on such a fast moving train, actually we never look back and, you know, reminisce on what we've actually achieved. And it's so hard as a business owner to do that, because you're always looking at the next thing, you're always looking at the next success. You never sit back and go, wow, girls, look what we've built, you know, and I think that's super important. That I said actually this year I'm going to start doing. So yeah, it's difficult to look back. I think we've had so many milestones that have been amazing for us, opening a store, going into retail, developing, you know, the collections, you know, increasing the team. Yeah, there's been a lot when I look back now. But yeah, it's an exciting journey.